Hey everybody, this is Mike, and this is my first video about Animal Crossing. I've never done a video before for any of the games, and I'm someone who's played since the GameCube one. I played a bit of Wild World and City Folk as well, but I had some really important ideas that I thought I would share with the Animal Crossing community. These ideas for New Horizons, in my opinion, would really make the game 2 times or 3 times or just so much bigger and so much better. And they're not necessarily focusing on quality of life. What they're focusing on is introducing new content into the game that I feel would not only bring people together, but give us a lot more to do. I feel like I am experiencing my first real wave of burnout, where I'm only playing for 30 minutes to an hour a day, and listening to the wonderful podcast Nook Talk with Pat and Bobby. They always give really good insight into ways to keep the game fresh, but I thought I'd throw my own real twist into it to bring in a broader audience and possibly bring back some really good stuff from the old games and expand on that as well. So here's 5 ideas I'm going to throw at you that I think could really make the game that much better. My first idea is a Sea Sports Island. You know how we have the Sea Sports challenges on our own island? What if you met Chip on a Sea Sports Island that you could fly to from the airport, where you'd have sports like volleyball, fishing and bug competitions that would be maybe based on size or type of fish or type of bug. You'd have dodgeball, soccer, land and sea races, and they could add more sports in the future. You could earn trophies based on the events, certain number for bronze with wins. So say you're playing a soccer match and you get 3 victories, you'll get the bronze trophy, and so on and so forth, I would also expect Nook Mile achievements, and when you hit certain milestones, being able to unlock sports-related furniture that can be bought at the island shop, along with fish and bug bait. I think having bug bait in the game would be a nice addition as well, but just my first idea. My second idea, which I think would probably be the easiest for them to actually implement into the game, would be RNG Nook Mile Islands. Something where you have a 50% chance of getting a completely randomized island to explore when using Nook Mile tickets. The possibilities would be almost endless. You would know you'd land on an RNG island when Wilbur would basically let you know that you got lost in rough weather and had to stop at this random island. Wilbur's one of the dodos, by the way. He's the one who pilots the seaplane. But these random islands would be really fun to experience, and you could end up with something like 10 rocks, a beautiful forest, or a fantastic area to fish. I just think it would be so much more fun to be able to experience something almost completely of your own. It would almost be like when you're experiencing something in the Dream Suite, where it's like you're seeing something for the first time. It would almost feel like that. I think it would be really great for streamers too. Alright, my third idea is probably the most complex one now. Now we're moving into dangerous territory of something you will probably never see, but I thought it would be really fun, and it would be a huge first for Animal Crossing for sure. Island Adventures. So it's going to be basically a second story mode. I'm just going to get that off my chest. So you'd start off with crafting a shield and a sword. You and up to 3 other villagers or friends online, which would make it amazing, can take on a second story mode where Brewster and the Roost would come back to the left of maybe Harv's Island, and Brewster has a museum set up for gyroids again in the back of the Roost and tells you a haunting tale of gyroids becoming evil and being used to damage other players' islands. On this new story mode, you get to head to certain islands that are said to be other players' islands that have mazes, traps, tricks that you and your friends or villagers must overcome. You would use your shield to block attacks from the gyroids and use your sword to fight back and defeat them. And when you complete an island, you would be rewarded with a random gyroid that is no longer under evil control. And basically, it'd work like once you complete that mission, you'd be able to unlock a gyroid, which you could donate to his own gyroid museum in the back of the Roost. There'd be a ton of Nook Mile achievements with this, and after beating the story mode, you'd be able to keep playing with friends or villagers and just be rewarded with extra gyroids to decorate with or to trade with. And I think it would be really fun, honestly. just to have like an adventure mode in Animal Crossing. It's such a heartwarming game, but to have like a brand new mode where you basically become the hero, you know what I mean, of this second story mode, phenomenal stuff, man. And since we're talking about the Roost, obviously I have to talk about bringing back Brewster. You can work for Brewster again now, since he'll be on the left of Harv's Island, and you'd be creating coffee for NPCs. If you complete enough orders for the day, kind of like Pascal, sort of like that type of idea, and you have a high enough satisfaction level, you'd be rewarded with a crafting recipe that you do not have yet. So any crafting recipe in the game that you can get up to the season that you're in, you'd be able to get. And you'd only be able to get one per day, but if you have, let's just say you do have everything, you could at least get rewarded with maybe bells or something. But I think that'd be a great way to bring it back. And last but not least, Desert Island Escape Deluxe. Now, I never played New Leaf, but I've watched videos of this, and oh my goodness, does it look fun. Now, hear me out here. This would be the next step from what I've seen. You'd be able to enjoy this classic game from Amiibo Festival, but it'd be completely revamped. You can now find these as furniture items that look like game consoles in balloons. There'd be maybe start off with 5 different themed ones, each coming with 10 different difficulty modes, and each one would have different events in them. So you'd have maybe like a snow theme in one where you can get stuck in the snow, and a fall theme for one where you fall into a bag of leaves or something, you know what I mean? Just like fun stuff like that. And you'd get Nook Mile achievements like usual, like I always bring up. But the fun part is after you would finish all 10 difficulty levels from Desert Island Escape, you'd be able to unlock NES machines inside the game, like in the original GameCube one. So if you beat one of them, maybe you'd unlock Balloon Fight, or Pinball, or I don't know, NES Ice Hockey, or Tennis. You know, just a really cool piece of furniture that would be pretty rare and valuable in my opinion, because you'd have to actually beat the 10 difficulty modes to unlock it. But basically how Desert Island Escape works, it's almost like a built-in RPG game type of deal, where you skip around island to island and have to basically gather enough materials to escape the island. And it fits with the theme of the game. I mean, it's perfect. Basically, you can slide in amiibo cards to bring in different villagers to use. I think, you know, this is a little bit over my head, but they could come up with really good ideas and reasons to buy amiibo cards, maybe drop new amiibo cards that would be specifically for Desert Island Escape. I mean, it's just, I am just feeding Nintendo right now, but I know it's a lot of work, but I had to share my ideas, and I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully I'll be coming out with more ideas in the future. I did have an idea for shiny villagers. I'll post on the screen right now the one I did of Bill. And yeah, I hope you guys liked hearing some of my ideas, and I hope you guys leave some comments and feedback so I can hear what you guys think. Thank you.